What's up, everybody? It's Patrick Galactic, and we're back with another edition of Find Your Weird. And if you're looking for weird, baby, you found it. But now you need to tell me which is yours. What of all these weirds is yours? That's what this show's about. Very good to have Alex FMV and Dartone in the chat with me tonight. That's my core group. Those are my core people. If Dartone and Alex FMV aren't here, just feels weird. Just fucking feels weird, okay? So very glad to have you two with me, and hopefully we'll have some more people jump into the chat as we go. But whether you do or not, we got things to talk about. We got plenty of stuff to talk about. Alex FMV says we're required. Cousin, yes, you are required. You are required. And you're both on the East Coast, which makes this even more miraculous. It is currently 1 a.m. your time when we're starting. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Means the world to me. Each and everybody who joins, whether you're lurking, whether you're in the chat, means a lot to have you here. But just a little refresher, Find Your Weird is our weekly Tuesday companion show to Weird at Night. So Weird at Night airs on Saturdays at 10 p.m. PT, and it's a big woo blah, 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 circle of roller coasters and craziness. And Find Your Weird's a little more chill. We just kind of hang out and we just talk about whatever, look into whatever if we want to look into something. But nothing is just as good. Nothing is just as good to look into as something. So we can do whatever. Well, you know, I'm going to play you some music tonight. We got plenty of stuff to talk about, stuff that's going on in the Waniverse. Specifically with the soft rock sociopath Ryan Bryan, who will be returning to Weird at Night. Thanks, Shinies, Salads, and Smoothies. I mean, if you didn't pay me so much money, I probably would have said no and risked you dropping us. But quite honestly, I'm living high on that shiny skrill, so I can't say no. Yeah, I will sell out. I will let Ryan Bryan back on the show. I kind of don't have a choice if I want to live this glamorous lifestyle that you can see. I mean, I literally live in a world of swirling paints. So that's, you know, that's kind of the deal. What's everybody else up to? Let me know in the chat. I read the chat all show long. If you have a question you want me to answer, happy to do it. Throw them up in the chat. I am happy to do that. Would love to. If you got a topic you wanted to discuss, happy to do it. Do you get it? Do you get it yet? I'm happy to do it. I'm just happy to be here, guys. Happy to be here. Dartone, after Alex FMV says we're required, Dartone says, I had to sign an East Coast contract. That is correct. That is correct. The former savior of the Waniverse, Dartone III, has been contractually obligated to appear each and every time I'm live on the Weird at Night channel. So, Dartone, thank you for continuing to fulfill the terms of your agreement. Next time you fall asleep, it's not going to be me in your closet. It's going to be some big dude who comes out of your closet, and as you wake up, you're going to think you're dreaming, but you're actually about to be assaulted by a member of organized crime. So that's the terms here at Weird at Night, okay? We don't play nice. We don't play at all, okay? We are very weird, but we are very serious about our contractual obligations here on Weird at Night. Just a little something to throw out to people if you're lurking right now and you haven't done this already. Subscribe to our YouTube. We're going to be looking at some content tonight that is available over on our YouTube. You may not have even needed to watch this show. You could have just watched the shit on YouTube and been like, I've already seen it, and just not even watched it. So maybe that's not the best selling point. You know, I could get better at certain things. I could definitely improve my pitch for sure. Also, however, I would love it if you guys would join our Discord. Yes, our Discord. It is currently a dead zone. Oh, good. Zildin Skaya, first time chatter. Right, well, it's going to be that kind of night. Not sure what's going on. Hope we're live again. Please let me know in Twitch if we're not. What the hell just happened? Did I disappear? because it looks like I dropped on... Weird. Yeah, well, it looks like we're having some weird connection issue. Not sure what that's about, but Alex, if you wouldn't... let's see here. Oh, I think I can do this. Alex, if you wouldn't mind banning Zildanskaya, I would appreciate it. Not sure what happened there, folks, but whatever. We're along for the ride. Hello, Bitter Kitty Meow. Hello. Yeah, it seems like Twitch and YouTube both were a little touchy tonight. So hopefully this won't be too bumpy of a ride, but glad you're here for it with me. Tonight, thank you, Alex FMV. Tonight, we start off with a quote from the Dalai Lama. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. I very much wholeheartedly agree with the Dalai Lama. Imagine that. Because it's true. It's true. These aren't things that are nice to have if we can have them. They're things that we need. Okay, love and compassion are common values that everybody kind of is looking for. They're common things that everybody is looking for. Hello to everybody just joining us. We've had a very eventful start to the night. The show has dropped already once, so hopefully that won't happen again. But welcome, whoever you are, wherever you are. Welcome to the show. But yes, the Dalai Lama, once again, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. And I think you see in this culture that we live in currently, where people are so quick to find blame instead of commonality, when people are so quick to kind of hate instead of look for common ground. Not saying it's possible to find common ground with absolutely everyone. There are some people that have pretty abhorrent views or pretty terrible things that govern them. But I would say the vast majority of people are not that, okay? But those are the most interesting people for like the media to cover. They're the most interesting people for social media to talk about. But that's not everyone. And acting out from a place of love, acting from a place of compassion, starting from that point is critical. It really is. It really is. And it's something that as I get older and as I get a little more conscious of what I put out into the world, it becomes a lot more important to me to start from a place of love. So anyway, there you go. Love is a good thing. So I don't know what y'all are doing. Dartone said, I am doing great. First day of getting down food, so that was fun. I definitely don't recommend it. Now, you don't recommend getting down food, Dartone, or you don't recommend getting sick? Alex FMV had said before the feed dropped, I want to discuss how Panera has baguette melts now. Wow. Baguette melts. Do tell us a little more, Alex FMV. I haven't been to Panera Bread in a very long time. But Alex FMV says 10 out of 10 would recommend. Well, you got me curious. I would love to know more. Please. For me, I actually went out with my dad today. It was no ordinary trip. We got lunch in Ballard, and then he took me through North Seattle and actually showed me the apartments and houses he grew up in, like a bunch of them. And they were all within like a little 5-block radius, or not really. They were within a 5-mile radius. But it was really cool and naturally provoked some questions that it had never occurred for me to even ask him. I got out of the car feeling like I knew my dad a little better. I had a more complete picture of like who he was. Nearly my entire family lives out here and has for generations. And at one time I wished we were more interesting, maybe a little more spread out when I was a teenager with that lust for drama. But now I love it. I can only speak for myself here, but I have to say, catching up with the people I got to know at a very young age. As an adult, it's really fascinating. The perspectives change so dramatically. And honestly, it was a really great day. Yes, that's why I said most of my family, almost my entire family lives out here, because my cousin, Alex FNV, does not live out here. Some of the only family that I have that lives in another state. That's kind of crazy. Alex FV clarifies and elaborates. It's like a toasted sub on a baguette. A toasted sub on a baguette. Really? Well, that sounds like a lot of bread. And if you're a big bread fan, and obviously if you're eating sandwiches, any of us, we're probably big bread fans. You know, I feel like I've already let's change to an appropriate setting, should we? Yes, let's change to an appropriate setting. Alex FV says, I love bread. When I go to France, I'm gonna eat all the bread. Good for you, cousin. Dartone says, getting sick, started throwing up on Sunday, and Monday everything I ate and water. Today was able to keep down rice. Wow, Dartone, I am so sorry to hear that. That fucking sucks. I know you've kind of had stuff going on off and on. I hope that you start to feel better very soon. You know, my formula for when I get sick is like protein, water, and sleep. Protein, water, and sleep. Protein, water, and sleep. It's and hopefully, eventually, you can start keeping that stuff down. But let's say we start off with a song tonight, huh? Change it up a little bit. Now, I'm used to playing you guys songs in hell, but I just made this. Oh, pretty nice, huh? This song is called The Dying Days of Lois Lane. That's The Dying Days of Lois Lane, my friends, The Dying Days. And my chair or my camera has shifted somehow, and this set got a little messed up. Pretend you didn't see this. Pretend you didn't see that. All right, and I'm back. All right. Yes. Well, I got a question for you, friends. And I want you to think about it because we got a lot of stuff to get to in this 1 hour. Because I have a hard stop at 11 p.m. tonight Pacific because my roommate actually needs to be in a meeting And I don't want, you don't want to hear his meeting while we're trying to do our thing here. So, I got a question for you. And that question is, where, if the world in your mind was a country or fictional place, where would it be? If the world in your mind was a country or fictional place, where would it be? The little thought cave that you have up here. For me, this is actually a pretty easy question. It's probably like Evansville, Indiana, or some dusty Rust Belt city, or maybe even Puyallup, Washington, the city I spent my entire childhood and early adulthood in. That was kind of tough to say, and I probably wouldn't have at any other time. I mean, I wish I was a little more metropolitan in my thinking space, baby. And I've lived in cities for the last decade, but inside, I'm really just a guy who likes to have his space to space out, weird old places to wander or observe, and like weird eccentric old people to enthrall, guide, or maybe even misguide me. Now, I definitely do not want to live in Evansville, Indiana, or for fuck's sake, not Puyallup, Washington. Hell no. No. I lived that life, and that life lived all over me. I like living in the city these days. But when I imagine my thought cave, the place that I'm inhabiting when I'm just walking through the cranial space, it's a quieter, slower place, a more sedate place. Basically, I'm just very boring, or perhaps that life is just baked in deep, whether I like it or not. I don't know. What about you? Where, if so, the question one more time is, if the world in your mind was a country or fictional place, where would it be? You can answer in the chat, or you can call our voicemail, the new Weird at Night voicemail, 971-599-3879. That's 971-599-3879. Check it out. Check it out. You know who else used our voicemail? Ryan fucking Bryan, and he did it this Saturday on Weird at Night, and he's gonna be on Weird at Night this next Saturday because of this voicemail, so check it out. You may remember me telling you about a million times about a certain voicemail, right? A certain voicemail just for you to try out an impression, tell a weird story, a voicemail designed to enliven your sinister synapses. Well, none of you called it. Not a one. Well, actually, one person did call, and it was from an unregistered number, and I picked right now to give it a listen. Shall we? To the voicemail cave.
Well, hey, Patrick, it's me. It's the Rye Guy.
Oh,
it's Rye. You know, it's been a long time since I've been the featured player here on Weird at Night.
Yeah.
It felt like I've been getting stuffed animals in silent but violent resentment of you and wishing every day for your death.
Jesus Christ.
No. It's not like I've already proven to be a hardened psychopath who has left a trail of bodies in my wake while misrepresenting myself as a friendly soft rock demagogue. Of course.
Jesus
Of course
Christ.
not. But last week, after months of telling myself the one thing I won't watch is Weird at Night, but lurking in the chat every week anyway, I saw something that caught my eye. Remember that weirdo who clearly hated Nirvana that was teaching people how to play Nirvana?
He used a lot of gadgets that I've read about, and you can read about him in a lot of Guitar Player magazines and stuff, especially since he passed away. I don't want to get tied up in all that stuff because you can get lost in all that junk.
I realize what a racket this is and how easy it would be to shake you idiots down for the cash I desperately need.
No.
And so next week, guess what? Guess what? Ryan Bryan is going to teach all of you how to play guitar. Are you stoked?
No.
Of course you are. Bring your wallets and give generously, because if you aren't rock hard and 10 times sexier by the end of the segment, Patrick's going to give you your money back.
No, yes. I'm not.
All right, fucking loser. See you next week. It's Rye Bryan, it's the Rye Guy. Bye.
What the fuck? What? What the fuck? Yeah, so please call the voicemail so that I don't have to air the ones from Ryan Bryan. Please call this voicemail. Tell me a story. Answer one of these questions on the voicemail. You never know. It just may end up on the show. But yes, Ryan Bryan is going to be here this Saturday for episode 233 of Weird at Night. Look at this cool graphic that I made, huh? Not too bad, right? Not too bad. But yes, this Saturday at 10 p.m. Oh, man, the question's still hanging over it. All right. This Saturday at 10 p.m., we have Weird at Night, and Ryan Bryan is going to teach us how to play guitar. Not like Nirvana. I think the idea is just to learn how to play guitar in general. But it will be taught by Ryan Bryan. And the thing is, Ryan isn't a guitarist, okay? I don't know if you are aware of this, but this guy literally plays guitar like this.
Are you a fan of classic 70s cuts and just can't get enough? Well, we have big news for you. Acclaimed songwriter Ryan Bryan, entirely unclothed, will sing every 70s hit he can remember to you anytime you want. Ryan Bryan Sings the 70s Naked and Sacred will bring back all the good times and none of the awkward sex, conversation, or drug inhalation that went with it originally. Ryan sings hits like I'm All Out of Love, Air Supply, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, Starship, Waiting for a Girl Like You, Foreigner, Beth, Kiss, I'm All Out of Love, Air Supply, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, Starship, Waiting for a Girl Like You, Foreigner, Beth, Kiss, I'm All Out of Love, Air Supply, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, Starship, Waiting for a Girl Like You, Foreigner, Beth, Kiss. For a limited time only, you can catch Ryan Bryan Sings the 70s Naked and Sacred for 3 payments of only $14.99. Operators are standing by. Ryan Bryan Sings the 70s Naked and Sacred is available now. Get into the groove.
You know what I just realized? Ryan has pulled this exact same shit before. You saw a graphic at the end of that bit that said Findcore. Findcore was the original corporate entity that started to control Weird at Night. And it's interesting because Ryan went to our #1 and most treasured sponsor, Shiny Salads and Smoothies, to get instated back on Weird at Night with this terrible guitar playing bit. As you can tell, you're going to learn a whole fucking lot from this moron. But no, Findcore is never coming back. Findcore is completely defeated. But I think it's interesting that Ryan took the exact same approach he took last time to being on the show. Findcore is not coming back. I can promise you that. But what I can't promise you is that you're going to learn how to play guitar this Saturday, because as you've seen, Ryan is really not the guy who's capable of teaching. All right. So I asked, where is the world in your mind? If the world in your mind was a country or fictional place, where would it be? Alex FFV says, I think it's in Manchester. I assume we're talking about Manchester, England. Would you care to elaborate, Alex FFV? What is Manchester? What does it represent to you? Tartone III says, the place in my mind is Alaska, though I have never been or the Hudson River in New York State, where I lived for a while. Interesting, Dartone. I wouldn't have assumed either of those places, but would love for either of you to elaborate a little more about it. Naomi, Baomi, Faomi, I definitely need you to elaborate on this. Hiya, my answer is Rivendell. Can somebody please remind me where Rivendell is? I believe it's a fictional place, or maybe not. Oh, Rivendell is from Lord of the Rings. Is that what we're talking about? Because that is pretty dope. That is pretty dope. Basically New Zealand has a ton of tourism because the Lord of the Rings movies were so beautiful and made it look so amazing, and it is an amazing place to go. However, do keep in mind it is a 24-hour flight. A 24-hour flight. Better Kitty Meow says, I think most days it feels like my mind is dodging taxis, jaywalking in New York City. I'm not sure if I'm answering this question correctly. Better Kitty Meow, in fact, you are answering this question absolutely perfectly. Meow, 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 meow. Perfectly. And I knew that would probably be something you might say, because Better Kitty Meow, for those who don't know, spent a little bit of time on the East Coast, specifically in New York, and a big part of her heart still lives there. So not surprising, but Better Kitty Meow is also kind of always very busy person. So dodging taxis in New York, not surprising, Better Kitty Meow. Alex FV says, so Manchester has a lot of rural areas while also having the really industrial kind of dreary things going on. And that's how it be when I'm bummed and stressed in my mind. But also, The music from there is consistently great. So we're sad, but we're bopping. Love it, Alex FMV. I love it. Dartone says, I like to live in the mountains and forests. Yeah, god damn it. Yes. Naomi Fayomi says, it's much faster to imagine being in Rivendell than to fly to New Zealand. Very, very well said, friend. Very well said. Very good. Very good, everybody. Okay, so we've heard some shitty music so far from Ryan Bryan. And some, decent, maybe decent music for me. But I got another artist for you. One we played on Weird at Night before. A video that I really enjoy. A song I really like. It's from Keith Urban. And this song is called...
Need you so much, breathing so much, bleeding so much, complicated thoughts past midnight. See you again, be you again, bleeding again. Complicated thoughts past midnight. And I heard about a morning, and I heard about a minute, and I heard around midnight that it all worked its soft like, and I heard it all the time. And I heard around a moment, and I heard around midnight, and I heard around midnight that your thoughts could take an off flight, and I heard it all the time. Need you so much, bleeding so much, greeting so much, complicated thoughts past midnight, 7, 8, 9, yeah. And I need you for the moment, and I need you around a minute, and I heard around midnight that your thoughts could take an off flight, and I heard it all the time, yeah. And honestly that's fine, yeah, yeah. Need you so much, bleeding so much, bleeding so much, I adore it, complicated thoughts past midnight. Need you so much, bleeding so much, bleeding so much, I adore it, complicated thoughts past midnight, way past midnight. One, two, three.
Yeah. That was Keith Urban from Tacoma, the 253, my adopted hometown. Keith Urban, keeping it real fresh on Weird at Night. And Find Your Weird, whoops, wrong name of the show. When you host two shows, it's really important that you say the right name of the show that you're currently hosting. But yes, keeping it alive on Find Your Weird, keeping it alive on Weird at Night. Keith Urban, we got more coming from them sometime down the line, I am sure. Keith Urban first came to us through the Danny Denial short, not a short film, it was a series called Bazooka, and they were on the soundtrack with an incredible track from that. Got on my radar and a group that I'm kind of keeping my eye on as we go along. Better Kitty Meow, I threw a kitty emote in the chat, and Better Kitty Meow liked it. Hey, that's news, people. That's news. That's news. You know what else is news? You know what else is news, at least to me? At least to me? Better Kitty Meow and I have spent a lot of time together over the last year, and I've come to realize many things. Almost all of them good. Almost all of them. There is one thing, one terrible, troubling thing. I am so bad at Scrabble. So bad! We played it 2 times, okay? 2 complete games of Scrabble. Neither of us having played it very much in our early lives, so no one even has an experience advantage. She beat me by 20 points the first time. Respectable. And then this last time on Sunday, Sunday night, 60 points. Better Kitty Meow whooped my ass. Am I not a writer? Am I not someone with a command of language or communication? Am I not smart? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Only time can answer that. And quite frankly, time isn't a timeout, and I'm not unpausing it anytime soon. Scrabble myths. That is not something you want to carry around with you, friends. So, let's shake off the Scrabble mythery, okay, and get to something else. We got another question for you. If you were arrested and no one said why you were arrested, what would people assume you were arrested for? If you were arrested without any explanation, what would people assume? What would people assume? Now, this is kind of a funny one because I actually have been arrested one time. I wasn't booked, just put in a holding cell, but that's a story for another time. Unless you want to hear it. In which case, chat, let me know. I think if I was arrested today, but no explanation was given, people would probably assume that I was maybe like in some kind of tax debt, or that I had like cut off one of the tags on a mattress that says you're not allowed to cut it off, or they'll report you to the feds like the guy in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Or perhaps people would assume that I went on a crime spree stealing pens from public libraries. But the most likely assumption I could probably come up with is that I was arrested for not shutting up when instructed to by an officer of the law. I never shut up, especially when it would be wisest for me to shut up. That is kind of a recurring theme in my life. I start trying to be funny or a smartass at the wrong times, and I end up kind of getting in some trouble. So, let's see. Better Kitty Meow wants to hear my arrest story. Maybe I haven't told you that already. Wow. Naomi, maybe you don't suck at Scrabble. Maybe you're above average, and Better Kitty Meow is just that good. Now, we're told that scores above 200 are great. Okay, that it's like expert level Scrabble. My score was 240, and Better Kitty Meow had a 306. I had 240, Better Kitty Meow had a 306. So 2 friggin' geniuses. And I just got out genius. Maybe that's the case. Maybe Naomi family. That's good friendship right there. Thank you. Alex FMV, people would probably assume I was arrested for arguing with authority, I think. I would assume that, Alex FMV. That is actually the very first thing I would assume. So I think that's very accurate. Dartone III. There's so many things. That I would assume. People would assume that I was too good at sex in the library after hours. Dartone, that is not the first thing I would assume. That is not the first thing I would assume at all. I would assume that you were caught trying to defraud, get money or things that don't belong to you in your possession, and that you were discovered because that's happened on Weird at Night like a million times. I don't know. Naomi, if I were arrested, some people would assume it was for trespassing. Wow. Do you care to elaborate on that, Naomi? I was arrested one time, and deservedly so. I blew through a stop sign in a residential area while me, My current roommate and my girlfriend at the time were smoking weed in my car. The big puff of weed smoke just all over the car. We get pulled over. My defrost stopped working. And so the window had fogged up really bad. And yeah. Better Kitty Meow says, I would be arrested for jaywalking and or driving aggressively over speed bumps. Better Kitty Meow loves speed bumps. She drives, she like puts when she sees a speed bump, she drives really aggressively towards it and then tries to slow down just to go over and then starts driving really fast again. It's very funny. But yeah, so we were smoking weed in the car, got pulled over. The cop comes up to the window. I know we're screwed. My roomie has a pipe in his possession. He's trying to stomp on it and break it because it's a glass pipe. And the cop is like, looks at me like, roll down your window. And I'm like, and then I roll down the window. All this smoke comes billowing out. I have to get out of the car, walk around. I didn't get a DUI. I was the only adult in the car. My friends were both 17. Or 16 maybe. And I was 18. I was the only adult in the car. I ended up in court. They had to go to a diversion class. It was crazy, the disparity in the punishments, but I was the one driving. So I guess I kind of got what I deserved. But I got off kind of with a slap on the wrist. And I've never been arrested any other times. So there's a little story from me. You want a hero to look up to? You're looking at him, okay? Naomi Baomi Faomi, whom I did ask to elaborate, said, once it's clear to me that a residential property is vacant and there's a land use sign filling the property big ass homes, I just act like I belong there and go dig up plants and rehome them. Wow. I used to do shit like that when I was a teenager, for sure. Like if they were doing construction and building new homes, me and my friends walking around, we go in there, walk through it at night, whatever. But yeah, Naomi's rehoming plants that are unloved and uncared for. So it's like a Robin Hood situation, really. Dartone the Third, I had said, I thought you would get in trouble for trying to con people, and Dartone goes, really? Because that happened. It happened that you were too good at sex in the library after hours. I don't know about that, Dartone. I don't know about that. All right. So, we got Ryan Bryan showing Better Kitty Meow. Oh, good. Very good. Let's encourage each other to commit crimes on Twitch. Better Kitty Meow says, and I will take any plants if you get extra. Great. I just want it to be stated clearly and in public that this was not my idea, and I cannot support this idea at all. Okay, so Ryan Bryan, he's going to teach us how to play guitar. And if you remember, Ryan met his real father, the engineer, at some point, and they decided to make some music together. It's been shown several times. It's been documented. I think everybody watching tonight has seen it. But when Ryan Bryan was working with a guy who actually knew how to make music, this is what he did.
Your skin is like a tooth, all hard and hanging there. Your face is like a toe. It's there but no one cares, but I do. I do. Please, baby, 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 don't cry. You got me, the right guy. I ain't got but a while to tell you that your smile is like handouts from heaven. Your smile is like a handjob from heaven. Please, baby, 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 don't cry. You got me, the right guy, and I ain't got but a while to tell you that your smile is like handjob from heaven. It's like handjob from heaven. It's like handjob from heaven. Yeah, I do. Oh, I do. Yeah, smile is like a handjob from heaven. Your smile is like a handjob from heaven. Your smile, yeah, yeah. Your smile is smile. Smile is like a handjob from heaven. Handjobs from heaven. Smile, smile. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey everybody, it's me! It's the Rye Guy! It's Rye Bry. Hey, I'm here to talk to you about my brand new single, Hand Jobs from Heaven. It's out in the world and the critics are weighing in, and here's what they're saying. It's really incredible. I'm gonna lay out, I'll just let you see for yourself. This is amazing. Make sure you go get yourself a copy of Hand Jobs from Heaven from Bandcamp at ryebry.bandcamp.com. That's ryebry.bandcamp.com. Now here's what they're saying.
Please, baby, 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 don't cry. You got me, the right guy. I ain't got but a while to tell you that your smile is like handjobs from heaven.
Are you like me? Do you ever feel like maybe your ids are at war? Like every part of you is grasping at straws and, just kind of fighting with each other, because sometimes I do.
Hey, this is Small Talk. We don't talk about stupid shit. We're just Patrick's idiosyncratic compulsions. And we mostly hate each other.
Hey, fuck you, buddy. Oh, we're starting this shit
We're
again?
never off this shit, bro. It's literally
again?
every goddamn day.
Yeah, fuck you. It's your fault, though. It's your fault. You do this every all the time. Fuck you.
Every goddamn minute.
You're
of
stupid.
every
Who gives a
goddamn
shit?
day.
Who gives a shit? Honestly,
Ridiculous as
nobody
fuck.
cares about
You're
it.
all
Come on,
idiots.
shut
You're
up.
an ass
Yeah,
stupid,
shut
and
the
I hate you all.
Idiots.
I wish you were dead.
Morons.
This is literally hell for me. I'm really sensitive.
Oh, idiots.
I'm really sensitive. Hey, you assholes! I'm really sensitive!
Okay. How's your day been? Yeah, how's your day been? How is it?
I don't know.
How's your day been?
I went to the grocery store, I guess.
Yeah, you're sensitive. You're sensitive.
I don't know.
Very cool. Yeah. Oh,
I went to the grocery
awesome.
store. That's neat.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
really
no, it's
cool.
a
I'm
fun
glad that
thing
you.
to do
I'm glad
sometimes.
it is nice to
Glad
say
you
make
did
some
that for
time for yourself.
Take some time. That's
Oh,
awesome.
shit.
Good for you.
Okay. Gotta get back to the show.
Oh shit! Yeah, the show.
yeah.
Shit, back to it. Show. The show.
Do the show now.
Do the show. Do the show.
We need to do the show.
Yeah, let's do the show.
Oh
shit. Okay, yeah. Gotta get back to the
Oh,
show.
shit.
Gotta get back to the show.
Oh shit, gotta get back.
Yep. That's what it's like. That's what it's like. Well, yeah. All right. We had a lot going on in the chat. Dartone talking about handjobs from heaven says, I want this played at my first and third wedding and funeral. Alex FMV says, what about the second wedding? Dartone says, Creed. And so Alex goes, oh, so that's the one you're getting annulled. Got it. Dartone says, yeah, second wedding is going to be in a church. Wow. Alex FMV says, Ryan's hair is a whole situation. Totally agree. What an uggo. Am I right? Am I right? Jesus Christ. That guy, uggo. Whew. And that was a bit called Small Talk that I did a long time ago with the intention of doing it more, and I'm bringing it back. Small Talk will return sometime in the very near future. I have one more question for you all tonight. Okay? What makes you feel invincible? What makes you feel invincible? For me, giving a great performance, one I feel proud of more than anything, can make me feel super powerful. When I feel a connection between me and my audience, it doesn't matter how big or small it is, there's a feeling of genuine invincibility that kind of comes with that. I mean, you feel like you can kind of do anything. But to be honest, what's even bigger and even better than that, to love someone and feel loved by them in return is, without question, the thing that makes me feel most invincible. I've yet to meet another human being who doesn't want to be loved, whether it's by many, by few, or by just one. Love is, to me, the most powerful feeling of the human experience. Like artists, even when they're acting out of a negative place, it's a kind of love. Even when their art is angry or accusatory, they're sharing it to enhance the human experience. I don't think anything trumps love, ever. I decided to be serious in my answer rather than silly, but if you have an answer that makes you, that's silly, please share it, please. I want to know. But yes, love is something that really does. Better Kitty Meow says, oh shit, I was truly going to say coffee. Fair enough. Oh, very good. Better Kitty Meow drinks a shit ton of coffee when you have a 5-year-old and a very demanding job that you have to manage all at once. Yes. Uvity of the month is in the chat. Uvity, hello, welcome, my friend. So good to see you with us tonight. And with a quote, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is to love and be loved in return. Eden Abez. I hope I said that correctly. But what makes you feel invincible? For me, it's love. For Better Kitty Meow, it's coffee. What about the rest of you? Well, how about this? Let's do. We'll fold this into something. I'm gonna play a retro edition of Instrumental from our good friend Twist, who now hosts on a Mucho Newsy News. And you think it over, okay?
Hello, and welcome to Instrumental, a segment where I turn music into microfiction. Let us begin. I stand on the tracks, waiting for the train to come and light up my insides. I don't feel the cold, but there's a chill all throughout the center of me, and the air is starting to shake. There's a stain on the asphalt in the vacant lot next to the train's tracks, where I met the man a month ago, the one who told me about the mouse that lived inside me. Feel that feeling? He said, pointing through me, right through my chest. That cold, trickling feeling. He shook his head. That's the mouse. Everybody has one. You have a spiral staircase wound around your spine, and all day long the mouse runs up and down it, switching levers and swiping their little paws across tiny touch screens, making you talk, making you walk, making you run, making you think. He spat on the ground next to where he was splayed out, making a blue spot in the dust. I can see it, peering out from your right eye. I took a step back and thanked him out of reflex. I wanted to walk away, but we talked for another 10 minutes. My gaze darted between the spit on the asphalt and the water in his eyes, trying not to look at his lower half. The same cotton candy blue liquid leaking out from his severed waist, fiber optic cables and jagged metal glistening with oil. As soon as I returned home, I asked Rena what a mouse was, if it was a subspecies of moth. She pulled it off on the holographic projector and I couldn't stop laughing, its squat belly and twitching blue whiskers and naked rubber tail. Rena looked at me with kindness in her eyes and told me that they all went extinct hundreds of years ago. I already knew that. She's a newer model, and she's fond of telling me everything I already know and nothing that I don't know. She's taller and her hair is longer and thicker. My model looks like a 13-year-old, and I'm older than an entire slumber party. The air is vibrating harder now, and there's a whistling coming from the dark, away from the setting sun. I see the train coming from miles away, silvery and slithering, no doors or windows, skin unbroken by seams. A beautiful and flexible arrow. The spaces behind my knees and elbows are the newest parts of me. They welded the gaps shut when I wouldn't stop unscrewing the metal plates with pale blue fingertips and trying to get a look at my insides. Rena looked at me with perpetual room temperature kindness when I woke up, and I checked to see if my lower half was still there, but I was lying in a bed and not on asphalt inside of a vacant lot. I was trying to speak to the mouse, to ask it why I'm this way, why I think the same things over and over and swat them away, like mosquitoes fluent in the language of shame, but they always come back. Walls of tempered and frosted plexiglass curve out of the ground and arc overhead, forming a tunnel. Neither I nor the train can derail. I look straight ahead in the approaching light, and I'm sweating fireflies in the dark. The horn blares, and I open my mouth, and I see my blank face in the reflection of the train's silver flesh, and right before the impact smashes me apart, I see the mouse, poking out from between my rows of white teeth, no longer twitching, completely still. Thank you for listening.
Twist, what can I say? Another incredible edition of instrumental. We did get some answers. I missed Alex's before we went to instrumental. Alex said, I'm invincible when I'm needed for something. I do relate to that, cousin. I absolutely relate to that. When that call of urgency comes, I'm like fucking Bat Superman. Combination of the two. Kind of like wealthy like Bruce Wayne, but also with laser eyes. I don't know. Let's see. Dartone III says, crushing my enemies, see them driven before me and hearing lamentation of the women. I think lamentation of the women is what Dartone was getting at. But, women being laminated, they would probably be screaming. I'm sure it wouldn't be comfortable. My friend Conan, who uses the alias Arnold, used it in his documentary. Fair enough. Naomi, I feel invincible never, but I'm cool with it. And Unity of the Month signs on to that, gives the equivalent of a ditto. Fair enough, friends. Fair enough. Great answers. Thank you all for spending tonight with me. And it's time to do the thing we call the auto write. What is an auto write? I think everybody watching knows what the auto write is. I'm going to count back from 10 as I do. Try to clear your mind. When I get to 1, I'm going to say go. We're all going to tippity type for about 30 or 45 seconds. I'll say stop. We all enter a return. We read the auto writes, and then we get the hell out of here. But this has been a really fun show. We don't always need a huge audience to have a really good time. And I really appreciate you all spending tonight with me. I've had a blast. So thank you very much. And do remember that Ryan Bryan will be rejoining the crew this Saturday to teach us how to play guitar on Weird at Night. I'm just this much excited, but also terrified and also somewhat just bemused. All right, so let's get started. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Start typing. All right, and stop. I'll read mine. We'll see if more come in here. I'm all right when I'm alight with the glorious glow of Academy Spring Hopped Bubblegum Nightshade. Drawn quarterly but published bi-monthly. I read with eager dagger eyes and leave the sweat of my rivals dripping down the pages. How I do this I do not know, but it is not for me to know. It is simply for me to type. Anyway, sandwiches are delicious and affordable. Just try one sometime. On a baguette? Brilliant, me. Brilliant. Euphony of the month. Scooby-Doo. Park cars. Hey, bird, you got feathers. Me, you. Everyone, can I get an amen? Please don't call me Dave. No one calls me that, so it's awkward. Euphony of the month. So great to have you with us tonight. Great auto-write. Naomi Fayomi, calendula is a scrappy, persistent plant with pretty flowers filled with helpful medicine. They make me happy. We'll have to look up calendula sometime. Very soon. Thank you. Thank you. Alex FMV, it isn't like you haven't seen me on the moon. It's just that you're looking at the giraffe to my left. And you missed me. I'm a little bit short, but not a lot of bit short. Not my problem unless I'm at a show, and then it's hugely my problem until there's only green fluff balls called Jimmy Jack Gallagher who look like that dog, Beethoven. Anyway, the point is that I want a Reese's, and you are a ghost. A ghost on the inside. A ghost. Spooky bitch. Wunderbar, cousin. Wunderbar. Better keep meow. I think I'm going to drink my standard excessive amount of coffee and then drive fast. Then sort of slow, then really fast over speed bumps. And then I'll find some empty houses with some plants to steal. And then I'll get to New York City and jaywalk past taxis, holding armfuls of plants while giving them to strangers in Harlem. Sounds like a plan. Better kitty meow. Sounds like a plan. Excellent auto-write. Thank you so much. Dartone the Third. The best part of planning your divorces is that you get to time out and plan when my partner is most successful and get a paycheck. Wow, this got dark, even for me. Dartone, if you think that's dark even for you, you need to get better acquainted with yourself, my friend, because these always end up kind of dark. But we love you for it, my friend. Thank you for the auto-write. And everyone, thank you for joining me tonight for Find Your Weird. I'm very excited for Weird at Night this Saturday. We'll have Ryan Bryan back. We're going to have a bunch of cool art. And yeah, I hope you'll be with us. Euphony of the month. Just want to give a special shout out. Also, this Thursday is Blazin' Space's birthday, so I want to throw it out into the universe. Happy birthday, Blazin' Space. But until Saturday, I will see you soon, and we're gonna raid somebody, so stick around.